So today I will be sharing my experience using SOLR, which is an open source search platform in developing solutions for our schools, which is we call it expert search systems. So yeah, this is my outlines of my talk today. So I will bring you, I give you a short overview on what is text search, okay? And then I will touch on very high level information retrieval concept, and also try to link it in practical aspects of SOLR. Okay. So lastly, I will demo, I will do a quick demo because of the time limitations. I will do a quick demo of how we implemented search solutions using this open source platform. Okay. Okay. So yeah, first let me introduce SOLR first. Okay. Yeah, I'm not sure how many of you have heard of SOLR. Some of you probably have used it as well. So SOLR is a popular, according to the websites, it's a blazing fast in terms of its indexing, and it's open source. Okay, so it is an open source for enterprise search platform, which is built on this Apache Lucene. Okay, so initially it was put out as Apache Lucene, and then we have another versions of later they improve it and release it as a SOLR search platform. Okay. So when we talk about open source, I think one of the concern is whether there are enough resources or not, especially when it comes to development issues. So yeah, I think that we have no problem with SOLR because you can visit its official website, and you can find quite a very comprehensive documentations available from the website. And in addition to that as well, there are many authors who have written books in this using these search open source search platforms for various solutions. So you can Google them, yeah, and you can easily find this book over the internet. Okay. So I guess while you are Googling, let us revisit the basic of text search. Okay, I'm very sure you all are very pro in the, yeah, everyone is familiar with text search. Okay. And yeah, we have a very big giant search engine giant here, Google, that everyone is, I think we use it almost every day. So let's start with a very simple scenario, something we are familiar with during a search process. Okay. So typically when we want to conduct a search, okay, so the first thing we do is we type in a few keywords we have in mind on what we want to search, and then our expectation will be, okay, I want great results. Okay, I want results that yeah, fits my expectations. And what is happening behind this search process is the one basic thing, okay, that must be happening there is it involves matching of the query terms user has keyed in, and with the document collections that the search engine has indexed. Okay, and then from there, the search engine will do some matchings, and then it will return a list of a ranked document based on the query the user has given. Okay, so the main difference between a search engine and a database search is that the search result returned by a search engine is a ranked result. So what does it mean by a ranked result? A ranked result means that the result is sorted in an order, okay? Not like database search, we have a result equally. So when the result needs to be sorted according to the rank, we will need some scoring measures that is working behind the scene, okay, to give a certain document, a certain score, so that we get the first document on the list and then the second document on the list and so forth. Okay, so this is what we call ranking by relevancy. And how to determine the relevancy is based on some scoring measures. For example, I think Google, it will have to have some algorithm to incorporate the page rank, or it will incorporate the click-through of people, how popular a page is clicked when a search result is displayed. Okay. So what else can a search engine return? So other than a web page, okay, I think we are familiar with search result in web page formats. So nowadays also the search engines also getting more and more advanced. They also return images, videos, YouTube videos like what we're having today, is like social feeds, products, okay. And in addition to the search result, you may also notice there are search suggestions. There are suggestions for you to carry on your search. And also within the search query box, there's features like autocomplete. There are some specific query that you can type that will give answer right away, or some facts right away. Okay. So this is what the current search engine, the typical search engines is doing. Then what about a text search solutions in your organizations? Okay, can you relate any search that you need to perform within your organizations? I think I believe everyone is tied up to a certain organization. Can be your school, can be your workplace, even your own. If you are not linked to any organization, is even your own desktop. Sometimes you need to manage it better. Okay. So how do you perform the search currently? Do you use the existing documents finding tools provided by your operating systems? Or you have, I think some organizations, they use databases, and then we can query the data stored in the database using SQL. Okay, and let's think about, will you implement similar to Google search engines in your organizations? Will you do that if you have the needs? So I have two questions for our audience here today. Okay, let's think about whether you have text search problems that you have encountered in your organizations. Do you have such a problems when how the documents are managed in your organizations? And are there times where you are not able to discover it? And when that happens, is there any existing search tool or features that that you have in your laptop or your machines or within your organization that you can adapt to address the problems? Okay, so is there any existing solutions that you already have? Yeah, so feel free to share with everyone in the chat. Yeah, so right now I can't see the chat, but I will check it in a short while. Okay. So what is the difference? Okay, we want to look at the enterprise search. Okay, and what is the difference between an enterprise search, okay, compared to solutions when we talk about information retrievals and search engines? Okay, so I believe these three are interrelated, just that when we look at them in a different perspective, then we will work at different, we'll focus at different perspective when we look at each of them. For example, for information retrieval, I believe that people who are working in information retrieval, especially if there's any researcher here, we are more concerned on the relevancy of the result. We want to improve the ranking. And then we do a lot of evaluations testings. We prepare data collections, and then do evaluations and measure the performance. And also we do a lot of analysis on information needs, which is query understanding. Okay, so if you look at the perspective of search engines, the people who are focusing on the search engines will be more concerned on the performance, whether we have an efficient search or indexing. We want it to be fast enough because because search engine will need to index a lot of data, okay, and whether the solutions is scalable or not. Can it grow with the amount of data and the users who are sending in the query? Okay, and then what about enterprise search engines? Okay, so we know that search engines is is catering for everyone needs for your general search. Okay, so when we look at enterprise search engines, it will have its own issues that needed to be solved also. Okay, so there are a few things that I'm going to touch here is when we look at enterprise or within a search solutions within an organization, it can be quite flexible because we do not only need to focus on text. Okay, you can actually unify both structured and unstructured data. Okay, so you can actually work on or even semi-structured. Some of the text can be placed in a semi-structured manner. You can unify these three because company may have data in these different forms. Okay, and then the search features also, it does not need to only cover search only, just a mere search results only. The search output also can be further be improvised for analytics purpose, maybe to help some decision making. Okay, because once the data is indexed, you can actually retrieve it for many purposes. Okay, not only not necessary to be tied up to search query and search result listings. And one thing to take note is that definitely when you're looking at solutions for your organization or your a small scale kind of search solutions, it normally does not address a general problems, but it has to be specific. Okay, what you want, and then and it has to tie up with the business needs. Okay. So now let's look at how the basic concept of information retrieval can be tied to this, can be related to this SOLR, the practical use of implementation of SOLR. Okay. Okay. So let's look at this this diagram. Okay, this diagram has is showing you actually a very high level concept of information retrieval. Okay, there are 5 components there. Okay, and on the left you can see that we have documents. Okay, so any IR solution you will need to have documents collections, and then the documents collections will go through indexing process. Okay, it will go through indexing process, and once it's indexed, it will be stored in a certain document representations form. It can be you can imagine it as a bag of words. Okay, the simplest form is a bag of words, and then stored in an inverted index form, where you can just imagine like inverted index is one word that has been identified to be useful to be kept in your search index. It will be linked to all the documents that is associated to it. So that's the how the search engine is going to store the documents. Okay, the reference to the documents. And on the other side, there will be information needs. Okay, something that want to be looked up by the users, and these needs will need to be formulated. Okay, all the needs that you have in your mind, it has to be formulated in a query form. But sometimes we have a very complex information needs. we want this and that, but then when we formulate it into a query form, it becomes a very simple, a few keywords query. Then that's what we give to the search engine and expect it to give us correct documents. Okay, so that's where the query formulation takes place. Then we have keywords query here, and retrieval functions will be some matching functions that will match your query to the inverted index list, and there will be some scoring measures that takes place, and a list of document will be retrieved. Okay, so if there are some relevance feedbacks, then it can be given back, to the user to improve the search query. So that's a very high level of information retrieval concept theoretically. Okay, this is the theory part. Okay, let's see how these components are mapped to the SOLR components. Okay. So, okay, this diagram that you are looking at now is showing the main components of a SOLR search platform. Okay. This is an older version. I got this image from this book called SOLR in Action by Granger and Porter. Okay. So you can see it at the back end, there are layers of implementations. They have Java Web, Java tools supporting the indexing, working behind. Okay, I'll show you in a short while. Okay. So, okay, how does the theory maps to these practical settings of SOLR? Okay. Okay. So for the documents parts, we will have, it should be able to index millions of documents. Okay. And then the indexing will take place. There are some tools provided, okay, that you are able to index the documents. And then the document will be represented, okay, in inverted index form, okay, in the SOLR core. I will show you a SOLR core in a short while. Okay. And at the other end, we'll have millions of users here that should be able to query. Okay. Once your document has been indexed, they should be able to post the query. Okay. Then the query, in fact, the query part, it can go through a series of process. You can have some, spell checking. It's supported by SOLR. You can have deploy a faceted search. Okay. And then, there's also a retrieval function that is working at the back end. Okay. So the scoring part, the scoring implemented by SOLR search engine is based on the Apache Lucene scoring features, which is based on factors like TF, IDF. It has some terms weighting across the documents, and also it calculate the relevance score based on the length of documents. Okay. So there are some scoring functions that are happening at the back end there. Hence, later, when you see the search result that has been returned, there will be some scoring. So it's not just a listing. Okay. And then, finally, we have the retrieve document. And in SOLR search platform, the retrieve document will be returned to the developers in a few formats that you can choose. It can be XML, JSON, CSV. Okay. So let's take a quick look at a glimpse of SOLR in practice, how to use SOLR in a practical way. Okay. So there's a download site that you can go to this Lucene Apache's SOLR site to do the download. Okay. Then assume that you have downloaded and you have unzipped it, okay, to your directory. Okay. Let's say you have unzipped it to a path based on your SOLR versions like this. Okay. So you should be able to see it. You should be able to see the directory listings in your system. Let's say you unzip it into C SOLR. So you will be able to see all these directories in your systems. So the first step is because this search platform is you are going to run it as a server, so you will need to start the server. Okay, so how to do that? It's pretty easy. You just need to navigate yourself using the command prompt. You navigate yourself to the bin folder and then just start SOLR by typing SOLR start. Okay, yeah, just typing SOLR start, then you will start the server. Yeah, so this is a view of the command prompt. Okay, you navigate yourself to the bin folder where you unzip your SOLR files, and then you just click on just type in SOLR start to start the server, and the server will be running on this default port of 8983. Okay, you'll be able to change the port. Yeah, so but this one is a default port. Okay, you'll see happy searching there, right? Okay. And then yeah, once you have started the server, you can go to any browser. You can use any browser to access the SOLR admin. Okay, so it is very friendly. So you can go to the just access it by accessing the local host at that specific port. Okay, so you'll be able to see the SOLR admin. Yeah, this is a view of it. But now, okay, the thing is you have started SOLR server, but you still have you don't have any collections yet, right? So your running server is still empty at this point. Okay. So for this example, I will show you that okay, we can create our first core. Okay, in SOLR they call it core, but okay, so core refers to the data collections. So it refers to the data collections. Okay. So in this example, the core is known as the tag product. Okay, we call it tag product. Okay. So what you need to do is just go back to the bin and then you key in the command to create a core, and then you just name your core. Okay, any name that you like. So you'll be able to see, once you have done that, you'll be able to see the core has been created in your dashboard. Okay, you just navigate to the dashboard and you'll be able to see tag product core there. Okay. Alternatively, also you can see you can also create the core, rename, delete it using the dashboard itself. Okay, so you can do it at the either at the command prompt or at the using the SOLR admin dashboard. So now you have created the core, but then we haven't done any indexing yet. Right? So yeah, there's still no document in the index. Okay, so it's just an empty server with an empty core collections. So how to do the indexing? Okay. So one way is we will use the Java posting tool, okay, to help us to do the indexing. Okay. So let's assume that you have some documents, you have some XML files, okay? You have some XML files located in this directory called example/example docs. Okay, we have some XML files stored inside the example docs folder. Okay, and we can use the post tool. We call it a post tool. It's a Java tool to add the documents to the core. Okay, so the command will be like this. Okay, you will need to specify the core, and then you call the posting tools, and then specify what you want to post. Okay, that means what documents you want to add to the SOLR core. So here it means that star.xml, it means that we are going to index all the files with extension.xml into our core. So once you have run that, you will see, okay, all these files, they were actually in that SOLR, in that example docs folder. Okay, this file already in that folder. Okay, you will see the status 14 files index. Okay, and then it will show you the indexing speed also. Yeah, it's very fast. Okay, so you will see the status showing that 14 files already indexed. Okay. So once that step is completed, we can start doing the search. Okay, let's go back to, okay. So if you go back to the SOLR admin, you will be able to send your query, okay, in the query form. Okay, so you'll be able to send the query in the query form there. You just need to navigate to the query type tab. Okay, there's one query tab that you can actually submit your query. So that's for the dashboard is for you to try out, do testings. Okay, but then if you it comes to the real development work, you will have to post the query. You can post the query using the HTTP query. Okay. So you can actually query the SOLR server using HTTP query. Yeah. Well, so okay, on the right side it's the search results. Okay, the search results. If you executed, if you look for all, everything, star, colon star means all. Okay, so if you look for everything from the search results, then it will shows all the documents here. You can see 32 files found in this search, in this site. Okay, and also there are other options here where you can actually view, you can manipulate your query. And a quick question is, just now when we did the posting, you can see that 14 files were indexed. Okay, we have 14 files indexed. But then now, when you run the search, the query to list all the documents, there are 32 documents. And this is a quick quiz for everyone. Why is it so? So just think about that. Okay, if you want to know, you can drop me an email later.